Welcome to another episode of Veterans View. And my name is Leroy Davis, and I am the Alabama Senior Vice Commander of the American Legion. And today we're in Columbus, Georgia, in front of the A.J. McClung YMCA. And today we are featuring Mission Continues, a veteran organization that does work both in Columbus, Georgia and Phoenix City, Alabama. And we need to make sure that everybody understands that not only do veterans serve their country, their nation, but once they retire or they get out, they come home, they serve their community. And today we're going to start out with Lakeisha Stringer, who's going to tell us a little bit about the Mission Continue program and mission. But first, Lakeisha, I want you to tell me about yourself and your service.
My name is Lakeisha Stringer. I was born here in Columbus, Georgia, raised on both sides of the bridge, both sides of the Kool-Aid.
All right, great. That sounds good.
Attended Central High School and went off into the Navy. Served for 8 years, 11 months, 28 days.
The great Navy. Okay, that's great.
Hoorah.
All right.
And had a lot of medical issues when I got out, of course, but I don't know. The Mission Continues actually gave me permission to do greatness in my community.
Well, that's great. And you know, not only did you serve your country, but now you're giving back to the community. So what I want you to do is tell me or tell our viewers about Mission Continues and the work that they do. Tell us the history of it first.
Okay, well, as veterans, we were sworn to protect and defend both foreign and domestic.
Correct.
And with the Mission Continues, we're doing the domestic part now by giving back. And the Mission Continues started by a great governor now who's doing great works. And it turned over to Spencer, whose our office is in St. Louis.
Okay.
We have so many platoons throughout the nation. Okay, this is Columbus, Georgia, 1st Platoon.
Okay.
Not saying that we can't have a Phoenix City 1st Platoon, but this is Columbus, Georgia, 1st Platoon. We do work here in Columbus, Georgia, but also surrounding areas, including Phoenix City, Cuthbert, Georgia, so many other places, LaGrange. We have a lot of different partners like Feeding the Valley. Little Caesars is a great sponsor of ours, and we're looking for more sponsors.
And you know, that's great. And you know, I'm on board. So I will be working with Mission Continue so that we can continue to take care of our community here, the Chattahoochee Valley. And one of the things that I love to tell everyone is Chattahoochee Valley consists of Phoenix City, Columbus, and the surrounding area.
Yes.
So we are one mission to do everything.
Yes.
And so we will partner up and work together. Now, you're getting a little short-breasted on me, but is there anything else you'd like to tell me before we go and talk with the platoon leader?
Well, yes, I will say this. Columbus, Georgia 1st Platoon consists of veterans, active duty members, and civilians. So anyone can join the platoon. But we do have a fellowship program where veterans that are post 9/11 can volunteer 20 hours a week and gain close to $1,000 a month for 6 months if they're post 9/11. That's the fellowship program. But to be a part of the platoon, you could be civilian, active duty, or veteran.
And you know, that's important because there's a lot of veterans organizations that will not allow civilians to volunteer. So I am very glad to hear that because we do have a lot of civilians that want to volunteer, that see the good work that we do as veterans and veterans organizations. So we thank you for that. Now we're going to move around and find the platoon leader and talk with him and get some of his input. And then we're going to meet some of the sponsors that's out here today. But while we're out here, Chris, can you pan over and see some of the work they're doing as they trim the trees to make this A.J. McClung YMCA a better place for children and youth to come to and enjoy, and the parents. As you can see, we have veterans out there with children trimming trees and cutting and doing beautification projects around this building. And we will be traveling around the YMCA so you can see all of the wonderful things that Mission Continue are doing. And we're here with Mr. Hyde, the project manager of Mission Continues. And I'm sorry, I said project manager, the platoon leader of Mission Continues. And Mr. Hyde, would you tell us your full name and something about your military career? I know you served in the Army. Just give us a little brief history about that, and then talk about Mission Continue and the project that y'all do in the Chattahoochee Valley area, Columbus, Georgia, Phoenix City, and stuff like that. Because we want our viewers to know that veterans not only serve their country, but they serve their community and they give back.
Yes, sir. Well, first of all, my name is Hyde Clay. I was adopted during the Vietnam War, and it's actually a black guy who adopted me, brought me over to the United States. I served 26 years in the military.
All right.
18 and a half years enlisted, and the rest was as an officer. So when I got out, like most veterans get out, there's a feeling that something's missing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I found a passion in helping others. And the reason it's called Mission Continues is because we all had a mission in the military. Now it's time for our mission here in our backyard. So the mission continues. So you're giving back to the community, but not as one unit, but you get all the services involved: the Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, Reserve, National Guard. So we do it together. We all have a passion to do it. No one's forced to come out here to do it. We just volunteer as a unit, as a platoon, to do this. So the main focus that we want to do is we want to work on impacting a large community, and we want to inspire kids.
Great. I am so amazed because I have just found out myself truly about Mission Continue, and I am in. I'm bought in, so I will be wearing the Mission Continue shirt and help doing some of these projects because, like you, I believe in giving back. I've served 20 years in the United States Navy, and now it's time to give back. So with this project that you're doing today, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, it was brought to my attention from one of our members. His name is Gerard Jones. He said that, hey, Martin Luther King birthday's coming up. Let's do something on his behalf. So I said, let's go and do the YMCA on Martin Luther King Boulevard. So we got with the CEO, Mario, and Scott, and Mr. Chris, and we came up with the project that we're doing right now. We're going to build some benches, clear out the area, paint some benches, fix the picnic tables, maybe cut down a tree, and then we're going to start talking about future projects that we can do with them.
Well, that's great. And one of the things that I want to do today while we're here, you have two sponsors that are out here. And one of the things that I have always said, that veterans support those businesses who support you. And so we want to give credit to those two organizations that are out here today that's sponsoring you and feeding you guys while you do this work. So if you don't mind, we're going to interview those two sponsors today while we're out here.
Outstanding.
And we want to not only thank you for what you do, but thank you for your service as well, and all of these veterans that are out here with you and civilians as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're talking with LaShonda Clark, and she is the district manager of Church's Fried Chicken for the Chattahoochee Valley. And we are interviewing her today because she's out here supporting Mission Continue. And as we always say, veterans support those businesses which support you. Miss LaShonda, would you please tell us about you, your stores that covers Phoenix City and Alabama, and how you don't mind supporting veterans?
Well, I really enjoy supporting this veterans community. It was my first time actually really being in a community where the depth of veterans was this deep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri, so I was Patricia reached out for me from the mission, and she was telling me about the program and what what it entailed, and I was very proud to be a part of the situation.
Well,
I really was. And so she told me what they needed. They were going to be out today at the YMCA, so we donated food and to make sure everybody had a hot meal while they were out here cleaning and taking care of the community.
It is cold, so that hot meal was appreciated.
It is.
Well, and we want to welcome you to our area since you moved here
Yes.
and as district manager. So can you tell us some locations of your stores?
Yes, I cover all of the locations in Columbus, which we have 5 in Columbus. We have 1 in Phoenix City, and then I have the locations in Albany and Americus. Okay. So in all those surrounding areas of any veteran needs, we are there to support. So just reach out to me, let us know, and we will proudly help the community.
Okay, thank you so much for all you do for veterans and our children and youth program, because we cannot help veterans without helping the whole community. So thank you again for what you do for veterans.
I'm more than welcome, and I appreciate the veterans for doing what they've done for the country.
Okay, thank you. Still on the grounds of the A.J. McClung YMCA here in Columbus, Georgia. Still continuing to interview people with the mission continues to just show how involved veterans are in what they do. And then we are here with a gentleman who came up with the idea today to do this work here at the YMCA. Would you tell us your full name and the service that you served in, and just a little bit about yourself, and then tell us why you came up with the idea to work today, before Martin Luther King holiday, to do this job?
Well, my name is Gerard Jones. I served in the Army for 8 years, medical retired. And the reason I came up with this project in particular, because my son is attending this school and he's doing tutoring here, and they helped him because he was struggling reading, as most kids are. And so they really took the time out and worked with him, and I was really happy about the results. And I thought this would be a good opportunity for me to give back to the people who worked so hard to help my son get better in his reading scores and just overall better scores in his academics.
Okay, great, Mr. Jones. How many projects have you worked with the Mission Continues?
I really don't know for sure. It's been a couple. Don't really have an accurate count on top of my head right now.
Well, that's great. But you have been with Mission Continue for a while and giving back to the community. And that's what's so important, that when we find veterans of Mr. Jones caliber that don't mind giving back, we want to give them the credit for what they do. And again, I want to thank you for your service, and I want to thank you for what you're doing for the community.
Thank you.
As we continue our quest today, as we move around the A.J. McClung YMCA with different people from Mission Continue that help to do this volunteer work, well, we have 2 sponsors here with us today. We have Little Caesars Pizza, and we have the UPS. So we want to give thanks where thanks is due. And we always say, veterans, support those businesses which support you. So would you tell us something about yourself and about Little Caesars Pizza and how they help veterans?
My name is Tiffany. I've been with Little Caesars now for almost 4 years, and I help set up events and fundraisers. We help a lot of schools, and then one way we help veterans is donating pizzas when Mission Continues has events that they're doing to help feed the volunteers. And then today, my husband and I are here donating our time to help improve the YMCA Center for the children in the community. And I'm happy that I work for a company that donates time and money to help out the community. And I really encourage other businesses and just people in the community to give a little of their time and a little bit of their money, because it sure goes a long way in helping veterans and kids.
We thank you for that, for encouraging these other businesses to give back, because everything that God gives us is not just for us. We must help others.
Agreed.
And now I want to ask our man from UPS, our general manager here for the local for UPS to say a few words. And I think we talked earlier, and I told you when I lived in Tuscaloosa, the manager came down from UPS to hire veterans just to work the holidays that needed part-time jobs. So would you tell us your name and something about yourself and about UPS, because we appreciate everything that you guys do for us.
Yes, sir. My name's Randy Head. I've been with UPS for about 25 years. What we like to do in the community is, again, like what we were talking about earlier with Tuscaloosa, we reach out to the veterans, try and get them set up for peak season hires so that they can make an extra cash for their families. We also like to reach out to the community, work in the community, donate our time, and just try and help out the community any way we can.
And again, we thank you and we thank you for all that you do for veterans. And God bless you and keep up the good works.
Yes, sir.
And thank you to our veterans.
Okay.
Thank you to our veterans.
Okay. And again, we're interviewing someone else. But this is a special young man we're interviewing because he's from Harris County High School and he's in Army ROTC.
Yes, sir.
And he volunteered his Sunday afternoon to be out here to paint benches, build benches, and do anything that Mission Continues desired of him. He could have been at home watching the Steelers, eating pizza, but he decided that it was worthwhile for him to be out here. Tell us something about yourself, about your school, and what's your rank in ROTC?
My name is Ezekiel Simmons, and I like doing this type of stuff. My dad is he's a pastor and he was a veteran, so he got me involved in this. And I go to Harris County High School, so I represent JRTC, and I'm a private right now, but I am the class leader, getting up in the ranks. So, yes, sir.
So you won't be a private long?
No, sir.
You're going to move on up?
Yes, sir.
Are you on drill team, color guard, or anything of that?
I'm on drill team right now, and I'm working on being on the Raider team when season comes around.
Okay, outstanding. Now, do you play any sports?
I played basketball and football, but that's getting old now, so.
So what's your GPA?
I don't have a GPA right now. I'm still a freshman, but I'm all A's, sir.
All A's, great. And do you plan on going to a military academy or to a regular college?
Both, sir.
Both, okay.
Yes, sir. I'm working on hopefully I'm going to West Point and also going to a 4-year college.
And what do you desire to be?
I desire to be an engineer in the military or Air Force.
Okay, great. Well, then we want to thank this young man because, as I said, he could have been at home or playing with his friends, trying to call his girlfriend, right? Yes. But he decided to be out here with Mission Continue to make a better place for our area and for our country. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're here with Mr. Simmons as we continue our rounds with Mission Continue, and Mr. Simmons is here. We're getting him while he's getting ready to paint these benches and stuff. But Mr. Simmons is a retired Army veteran. Tell us something about yourself, Mr. Simmons.
Well, I'm originally from North Carolina, and we retired here in Columbus, Georgia, because my kids was in high school and they didn't want to move no more.
Okay.
So we decided to stay here, and actually Fort Benning was close enough to home, but yet far enough from home where we could get there if we had to. And we liked the Southern hospitality down here, so I felt right at home, and we've been here since 1995 and don't plan on going nowhere else. And
so your wife enjoyed here as well?
Oh yes, she loves it here. I wouldn't have it no other way.
Okay. You are a special person, and then I want you to tell the people why. I say, because not only did Mr. Simmons serve his country, and as he's given back to the community by working here with our Mission Continue, but Mr. Simmons do something that I respect more than anything, is he don't mind sharing his home. So tell us what you did, Mr. Simmons.
Yes, me and my wife, about 5 years ago, we decided to adopt the kids that we fostered for 3 years. We've been in foster care for the past 12 years, and we had this sibling group that was going to get split up, and they stayed in the house for a while, and we fell in love with these children, thrown away, but for whatever reason, and we decided to adopt them, all 5.
That's great.
Yeah. And we love it, and they've been more of a blessing to us than we to them. Is because of the grace of God equipped us where we could do something like that. And there's a great need right here at home for children that are in need. And we felt a need, obligation, being who we are. Both me and my wife are pastors at Raymond Word International Ministries. And we just adopted that as part of our ministry to help and give back to the community and those that are in need.
And you know, I was just standing here listening to you as you talk, and that was my next question: was were you a pastor? But now you have answered that question, and continue on.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And we will, by the grace of God.
Well, God bless you, and bless your wife, and bless the children that you are supporting and taking care of, because they are yours now. They are yours.
Thank you. Yes,
they carry your name.
Yes.
They are yours, and we know you're going to continue to take care of them and treat them right. Thank you for your service. Thank you to the country. Thank you for your service to the community and to the state of Georgia for adopting those children.
Thank you, sir.
This has been an exciting day of coming over here in Columbus, Georgia, and meeting with the Mission Continue, interviewing people, and to show the community what veterans do. We are going to get involved with Mission Continue to complete some projects that we are working on and looking forward to doing in Phoenix City. And I want everyone to remember that to help Mission Continue, you don't have to be a veteran. You can be a civilian who just want to give back and volunteer. You may not have been able to serve because you may have had a heart murmur, you may have had some other medical condition that did not allow you to serve your country. But this is a way that you can give back. And you can contact me at area code 706-718-4440 to get more information on how you can volunteer to give back to your community. We are looking forward to doing great things in Phoenix City and Russell County, Alabama. Thank you and good night.